head off with it. And I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with a roll call. McKee here, Lanterman here, Friedrich
here,
Berenkamp
here,
Nichols
also here.
Perfect. If you'd like to stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
I'd like to ask for a moment of silence, just to acknowledge the recent loss of life in Minneapolis. Moments like this should remind us that justice and liberty demand our constant care and restraint. A free society is judged by whether liberty and justice are truly secured for all, under the rule of law and with respect for human dignity. So I ask that we observe a moment of silence and reflect on our common principles.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you bringing that up. It's sad anytime there's a loss of life for sure, and definitely keeping, I hope many are, Minnesota residents and federal agents and everyone that temperatures can cool down and hopefully everyone stays safe going forward. So, for sure. Thank you. Alrighty. On to agenda approval. So does the staff have any changes for staff?
We just had an update to the city council schedule, which was put on the dais and is now published.
Okay.
No other changes besides that, Mr. Mayor.
Any changes from council? I had one suggestion. Anything else? Okay. My suggestion was we'd move 9A to be part of 6C, and process-wise, I would recommend that we just eliminate 9A. When it gets to consent, I'll pull 6C. We can amend it to include acting mayor, discuss that, and then approve all the annual appointments together like we usually do. And then do the rest of consent, and then we just have the one item remaining. So if that works for council, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Deb gets to pick. Okay. No presentations, and now we have open forum for items not on tonight's agenda. And Jay?
So this is an opportunity for anybody who wants to speak on something that's not on this evening's agenda. I need to fill out a white card, which is over on the table over there. Bring it to me. When called upon, state your name and address at the podium. Limit your remarks to 3 to 5 minutes, and make sure that you address the dais, address the council with your remarks. Mr. Mayor, we only received one email, which you have, and no other emails.
Sounds good. If there's no one else, I will go ahead and read the email that was sent in and requested to be read from, I'm assuming you'd want his name stated with it, Wendell Brainerd. Who wrote in stating that I'm unable to attend the January 8th City Council meeting, so here is my emailed comment. Re Mayor McKee's public memo regarding adding government space. It is my opinion that adding a new government building to Corcoran landscape is asking too much from the citizens of Corcoran to support this tax liability, particularly on the heels of a significant city tax increase payable in 2026. Is there a comprehensive rationale to the need? Is a Corcoran Fire Department and needed facilities going to benefit the residents over hiring local fire department? Just saying we need more space is tough. Where can people see the exact reasons why it's necessary? Thank you, Wendell Brainerd on Lily Pond Lane. So that's what he had to say, and that just does remind me, probably a good time to mention a couple things. In terms of the process and public engagement opportunities, we do have a number. Council It's in your, and I'm assuming in the packet online, it's in the updated schedule looking ahead.
Which will also be published in the quarterly newsletter.
Yes.
Cool.
And there'll be a whole bunch more coming out about it, I'm sure, on the website and all sorts of stuff. But just off the bat, we do have public engagement, input, opportunities, open houses, that type of thing, already scheduled for January 27th, 6:30 to 7:30 in the council chambers, February 12th, 10:30 to noon at the Bellwether Clubhouse, March 3rd, 6 to 7:30 at St. Thomas, April 28th, 6 to 7:30 at Public Works, May 5th, TBD for the time and location, but that should hopefully be figured out soon. June 2nd, 6 to 7:30 at Hope Community Church, and August 4th at Night to Unite at Public Works. And then there'll be some other stuff, I think one other thing that we mentioned later today in the meeting, that will be part of the public engagement process, so it will be pretty extensive. And we really look forward to the feedback, because it'll be super helpful to figure out exactly what a future campus looks like. So just wanted to get those data out there earlier. Like Jay said, it'll be online and all over the place. It'll be hard to miss. So, but just wanted to get it on people's radars early. And with that, seems like that's it for open forum. So we will move on to consent, which consists of 6A through 6J. I will pull 6C. Does anyone like to pull anything else? Okay, then I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A, B, and D through J.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Perfect, thank you guys. And then 6C, first of all, I'll go ahead and make a motion to amend the annual appointments list to include the acting mayor for 2026. And then, well, I guess maybe we should have that discussion now to amend the whole thing in there with the name. My recommendation, if you're interested, Jeremy, would to have you continue in the role, kind of as we've done with past precedent, seniority. John served in that capacity when he was on council, and then since then, which was just this past year, you have, and I try to keep it as a minimal commitment, so it's not having to do meetings all the time, but
I hope you remain healthy and in office.
do my best. But are you interested?
I will be.
Okay. Then I would make the motion to amend 6C, the annual appointments, to include 2026 acting mayor of Jeremy Nichols.
Second.
Did I make the motion, actually?
You can.
I entertained it.
You
So
entertain a motion.
I'll
how
make
about
the motion.
Smoke made,
I'll
seconded.
second.
There we go. That works. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain?
Oh, for
401.
God's sakes. Vote for yourself for once, would you?
Pull the bottom up. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, and then on to our remaining item. We have a public hearing for Woodland Hills easement vacation. So I will go ahead and open the public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, now is your opportunity. And it's not looking like it, so I will entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make them, so moved. Go ahead.
Do I have a second?
Second.
You can, there was 3 people, Deb, your choice.
I got one.
Good deal. And then, yeah, into the item itself. Dwight?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, item 7A is a easement vacation for a lot within Woodland Hills. This is a request from Hanson Builders, who are requesting vacation for a portion of a drainage and utility easement around the perimeter of Lot 8, Block 3 of Woodland Hills. When this property was platted in as part of the Woodland Hills subdivision in 2024, the developer and surveyor dedicated what would be considered probably a generous amount of D&U around the perimeter of the property, and exceeds what our typical D&U requirements are for this lot.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
DNU means what?
Sorry, my
Drainage and utility.
apologies, drainage and utility easement.
Thank you. Just for anybody that doesn't know.
Yeah, thank you for pointing
You
that out.
bet.
Alphabet soup. So this has resulted in a little bit of a constrained buildable area within this lot. And now the builder is requesting on behalf of the property owner that a portion of that drainage and utility easement be vacated so that they may be able to construct that bump out on the backside of the proposed house there. So staff, planning staff and engineering have had a chance to review the requested vacation and have no objections with it. So at this point, staff would recommend that you move to adopt resolution 2026-04, which would approve that easement vacation for lot 8, block 3 of Woodland Hills.
Great, thank you. Any
Yeah, Mayor and Council, I just actually realized I just caught this in the figure. The 5-foot side yard DNU easement at the bottom of that shade needs to be kept in place. So it's just a little bit of a erroneous omission there.
Okay.
So if I'm allowed to amend that verbiage so that we maintain a 5-yard side yard DNU easement. So I think if the sketch goes all the way to the property line, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Do we need to amend anything in
I
the
think
text of
I
the
think we should
resolution?
Just add that language, so basically this 5-yard DNU easement here should go all the way through. So this hatch should just stop right here, I apologize.
No worries.
I didn't catch that before, but if we can amend that, that
I'll-
would be my recommendation.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to amend per Kevin's direction there.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in
If-
fa- oh,
Oh, go ahead.
No,
I got questions.
So that, okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
go for
that's the right image right there, so that's so they just had an issue. So this is actually, I don't know how we wanna deal with it, this is that's the correct figure.
So that's the proposed legal description of the vacation area. So that would address Kevin's amendment to the previous exhibit. So if council were to approve the resolution as drafted, it would reflect the exhibit that's on the screen right now.
gotcha.
Sorry about that, I just saw that in my figure and I wanted to make sure.
It's all right. My question is the effect of that easement to neighbors. No real effect, other than we notified the neighbors saying there was a change in that easement, but no effect to neighboring properties.
No, they basically have excess easement, so we just make sure it meets our rules, they have excess easement. Sometimes that happens when the grading plan changes, they just don't go back and modify it. Our engineering team looks at what's needed, and if
Okay.
they give us more, we don't comment on it. In this case, we did look at this closely with a new plan, and there's enough room to maintain the drainage, so we don't need this, we wouldn't require it, so we're okay releasing it.
And I understood that, Mr. Mayor. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I don't mean to involve, but they're the only neighbors that showed up, so.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
There is
I think it won't affect us.
the property line setbacks remain unchanged.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Any,
I did have one question. This is, I think, back in the corner where when we did the site walk, I think there was a fair number of like dead and dying ash trees and buckthorn and things like that. Do we know if the developer is planning to mitigate any of that before they construct the home sites?
I could follow up on that, I haven't been to the site in a while, so I think this doesn't change any of the conditions of the development contract, so I don't know what's been completed or not. I can look into it and we can follow up with council.
Thank you.
and then we did have so I think maybe further questions, if there are any, we should finish the vote on the amendment first, so I'll call that vote, which was just amending it to Kevin's changes, or, language.
I think Dwight actually clarified that the description.
So do we not need
So
the,
the amendment's not necessary.
Correct.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
remember, I was looking at this markup, so this figure is inaccurate.
There's the wrong, this figure is correct, which has the legal description.
okay, so we don't need it, then
we
I
don't need
will,
it.
well, take that back.
Take it back.
Yep. Then, if there's no further questions, I will entertain a motion to approve resolution 2026-04, approving the easement vacation for lot 8, block 3 of Woodland Hills of Corcoran.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Or any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Then on to staff reports.
Two exciting things, Mayor and Council. Matt Selmeyer, our new finance director, will begin on Monday. And I am thrilled.
He sounds like
He's
Great
coming,
candidate.
coming to us from Met Council. We'll have him here in front of you so that you all get a chance to meet him soon enough. Yeah, staff did a great job of finding us a good person, and I'm really excited to get him started. I had the conversation with Abdo about our transition plan on Wednesday, and at this point, I think it's wisest for us to let Matt kind of drive the train, and when he's comfortable to let them go. But right now, the plan is roughly at about 3 months. So that gives us a left seat, right seat, and I'll call you if I need you, and then, so by March 31st, we should be done.
When they're no longer consulting, do we want to make them our auditor again instead of the newer vendor we used
They're a
last year?
lot more expensive.
Are they?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
thought the new group actually did a fantastic job.
And also, it's very interesting that they were off-site. They were faster, they were thorough, so I wouldn't recommend that.
Okay, great.
But someone we can keep in the back.
Abdo did a good job for us when we needed them,
Yeah.
to do the things that we needed them to do, and then when we had to go out for another auditor, I think we found a great one.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
And then the other comment is, staff met yesterday with a company called Community Perceptions, which is gonna conduct the community survey for us as part of the facilities analysis, and so we're working on the timeline. But I confess I was skeptical about surveys, and they're going to mail the surveys to every home, and then the home gets a unique code. So one of the reasons I don't like it is there's been ballot stuffing when I've done surveys before, in which people not even in the community are engaged in the survey and influencing the results. So in this case, it's limited to our residents, and then even if they have special, it's only for a household that can vote, and they can only vote once. So, very excited.
Yeah.
That's all we have for
I was
staff.
on that meeting as well, and I was somewhat skeptical at first too, and I was really impressed with the breadth of their process, the accuracy of some of the stuff they process.
94% accuracy in terms of the feedback that they get and what the outcome will be.
Yep.
in terms of public
And the
assessment.
kind of unique team they have there of everything from construction people to, or previously construction people to data analytics people to a former reporter who reported on small to medium, to similar municipalities like us in, I think, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Previously. So it's just a lot of different perspectives that kind of come together could have a pretty cool outcome and get us some really useful data. And it was quite affordable, honestly. I think the price was fantastic. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. That coupled with our public engagement meetings that I talked about, and kind of putting all that together, I think will give us a really good, robust process and get us to the best possible solution for the facilities.
Yeah, I'm excited, Mr. Mayor.
Likewise.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
And a big thank you on this new hire. Thank you to all the staff that put another sardine in the can, if you know what I mean. By the movement around and the email you sent out, already typed places, please thank staff for their patience while we
I think Kevin
step through all of this.
offered, is that still the case with that?
So we did make musical chairs. There's a lot of people in new spaces. I think I sent that note out to you
Yep.
as of Wednesday, and also super awesome that staff did it, and I had nothing to do with it.
No
I just-
kidding? A mutiny.
I was going in to check on like, hey, Kevin, how are things going? And his office was already set up, and I was like, what?
I
It
didn't
was,
do that.
it was amazing.
Great
have an awesome
job,
team.
everybody.
Awesome
Cool.
team.
Anything else for staff reports?
No, sir.
Anything for council reports? Dean?
I can never shut up, you guys already know that. Tremendous number of responses to my cell phone on how Public Works handled the ice. Even going above and beyond in one case, but I'm not gonna share that one, but, that team is doing a great job
Yeah.
on very difficult weather
Haven't had any
conditions.
issues this year in town.
I left my driveway tonight and spun out and whatever, but that's not their fault, that's just me driving onto my icy gravel road, but,
Sounds like driver error.
it was, I was distracted by the cow looking at me out the garage door window as I was driving out. Cows looked great this evening, but, again, great job. And then I already shared with you, Jay, on the comments from the one person. That was very neat, and anybody wants to hear that, I can tell you later, but that's great. Kudos to you.
Awesome, thanks for sharing. Anything else?
One question.
Yeah.
I just want to confirm, because I'm starting to do some cleanup. Corcoran Cleanup Day, May 2nd? First Saturday in May?
First Saturday.
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Sounds right.
Historical first Saturday of May.
okay.
I may
I-
not.
I'll be adding some of those other things more on the schedule.
Yep.
I don't think I'll be here, unfortunately. I almost always miss it. I made it last year. It was fun.
It is fun.
It's a great thing to be at, because the stuff that comes is just interesting to
Yeah,
see what
there was
shows
like
up.
2 couples that had like, they're trying to beat each other for the number of runs they did. That was like 8 or 9 runs. It was
Oh, no kidding.
Remember, it was something crazy. You and I and JCB and Melisha, I think, were out front. It was,
Tom, it's okay if you're not here. We have a great acting mayor.
there you go. There you go. You got to figure out the whole system of what's allowed and what they get, what they can drop off.
2 years
Gavel's
ago,
heavier than it looks.
2 years ago, I salvaged a John Deere side-by-side battery operated, and the kids that ended up with that are driving the wheels off of that.
Nice.
thing. Added some electronics and it works great.
Love it. Awesome. Well, with that, we have our 2026 schedule as touched on before in the packet. I believe it's goal setting is our next meeting, a 5 o'clock start for the work session. Other than that, as Jay mentioned previously, 5:30 unless otherwise noted for future work sessions. And I think that's all I had on that.
Could be a record.
Could be a record.
You said 22nd is 5 PM, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
For the goal setting.
yeah.
All right, and with that,
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
yes, you may. Do you have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Bye.
New record.